Hey there, and welcome to Everyday Enlightenment. I'm Claritha, and I want to talk about energy vampires because energy vampires are real. And to kind of give you a better idea of how sometimes they show up in our lives, I want to share a story that was shared with me with one of my coaching clients yesterday, actually. And so this particular client, she went to a cacao ceremony recently, over the weekend, I think, which involved, all the high vibrational things like smudging, dancing, mantra, like chanting mantras, meditating, sharing like vulnerable stories, just like real community, real like getting like sharing that divine feminine energy in a group, in a circle with other sacred people that are there to witness it and to also be in that expansive experience with them. And so oftentimes these experiences, cultivate people sharing things that they might feel vulnerable about and that they don't tell like their family or things like that. And my client, she is a singer and she has been working on her singing and singing in front of people and in the public. And, that's a very vulnerable thing. It's like public speaking in a way, right? And so that had come up during the ceremony for her. And after the ceremony, there was another participant there that had asked her to sing for her. And even though, I had this like beautiful experience of sharing, she wasn't quite sure that she should do it in the moment. But this person kept on asking, and against her better judgment, against her intuition, she decided to sing for this other woman. And afterwards, this woman, this other cacao ceremony participant that was just in this high vibrational experience with her, continued to tear her apart, continued to critique her singing in a very aggressive and non-helpful way, right? Non-constructive way, which just ripped my patient's heart after having this experience of, being in this happy and peaceful and expansive and just like deeply nourishing and enriching place, especially with this person present. She just felt like she got the legs cut out from underneath her. And she was feeling very raw and exposed and just like more sensitive after that experience, which, she was crying and just like, she felt like shit afterwards. And so she contacted me for advice. And, this happens in a lot of different ways, but this happens to all of us. And so the first thing I said was that I'm sorry this happened. It's not what you want going into an experience like that. And I just, had to reiterate that energy vampires are everywhere. They can be in our workplaces, they can be in our families, they can be in our friend circles, they can be just out in general public. They are everywhere. And energy vampires are beings, people in this case, who need other people's light, who need other people's energy, who need other people's joy to feel better in themselves because they lack that in themselves. And they exist. They exist even in these high vibrational circles, high vibrational containers, because like I've heard of people going to different like moon ceremonies or manifesting ceremonies, or going to like ceremonies like in Sedona, where these big energy vortexes, where it's very high vibrational place that attracts people that are interested in self-development and embodying their divinity and the sacredness of the space and just being sort of in those energies. And those people, those energy vampires, are in those spaces too, because they feed off of that higher vibrational energy, because inside they are empty, or inside they are lacking something. And so it's unfortunate that my client had this experience at this beautiful cacao ceremony where, everything was supposed to be, or that you intend to be, a very transformational, high vibrational, sacred experience. And so, it wasn't she didn't get the entire experience of what she, or I should say that experience with that particular participant kind of tainted the rest of her experience. But she was like, Claritha, what can I do? And so my recommendation to her was to, do all of the things that I've taught her to clear and purge this energy from her nervous system and from her auric field, which if you don't know how to do that by now, like you definitely need to learn how to do that because the energy vampires are everywhere. And so also what's really important is to help her reset her energetic boundaries and to set the intentions on how she wants to move forward, and to remember to be gentle with herself throughout all of it, because that is so important, to forgive yourself for, maybe not being strong enough, or I should have seen it coming, or whatever. And, with her, part of this journey too is what I told her is that this is a lesson in discernment also, because when she went back and kind of looked at the energy of this particular person throughout the ceremony, she was like, yeah, something wasn't right. When everybody was like meditating, this person was like up and like going to get a drink of water and making noise. And when everybody was dancing, this person was kind of like not participating in that and just like making sounds and kind of just, the nothing wrong with being the odd man out, but like this person was definitely not in alignment with the energy of the overall ceremony. And so when she went back and looked at it, she was like, yes, this person wasn't a good fit for the high vibrational energy in that particular experience. And that person just, like a moth to a flame, which happens sometimes, is that the person who doesn't have the light, the person who doesn't have the joy, the person who isn't in their alignment and is seeking that, will seek somebody else who is bright and sparkly and try to get that from them. And that's kind of what happened in this instance. So like I said, it's really important to like clear your energy from your nervous system, clear that energy from your auric field, reset your energetic boundaries, reset your intentions, forgive yourself for, maybe you let your guard down, which is okay. It happens. But also, this is part of the learning process of embodying your light and being a sovereign energy while you navigate life. Because you just, like, it's a real flex in just being more of yourself in public and in your private life. But here, just being having more of your sovereign energy and learning how to deflect the energy that is not in your highest and best. And that's kind of what that experience was here for her, using her discernment, trusting her intuition, and keeping moving forward. And so as, we all get more sparkly, we all get more aligned, we all trust our intuition, we all are here connected more to our higher self, the things that are not for us become more obvious, and we get to just navigate away from those with ease and grace. And so that was part of the lesson here. So sometimes, I told her, sometimes the vampires dress up as angels, and we don't know it until we know it. And then there is no mistaking it. But you can always trust your heart. You can always trust your heart and trust the truth in the way it feels. So I hope that was helpful. And if you still are looking for support, or you're an empath, you're sensitive to the energies, don't forget to grab my free gift that I just put a link below. I don't think I've updated one of the videos, but my new freebie gift is a bundle of 3 on how to protect and clear your energy. There is an audio meditation activation. This is really important to bring heaven and earth inside of you for healing. And what else do I have? There's some other goodies in there, but it's a bundle of 3 plus a bonus, so I guess technically 4, but it is all about the things that I covered in this video today. So if you need that, click the link below, get your light on, get your boundaries up, start trusting and leaning more into your intuition, and be able to clear and protect your energy, with much more ease and more often. So that's what I want for you. And if you have any questions about that, or if you have any feedback from those bundles, definitely leave it below. I would love to hear what you think of it. And I hope you have a beautiful week.